You know, I've been debating on whether I'm going to do this video or not, but nope, not debating. Only kidding. But while watching the President Obama, speaking about the economy or whatever he was talking about, they started talking about religious tolerance or whatever you want to call it. And he actually said that we are one nation under God and that we're going to blah, blah, blah with other religions. Excuse me? Do you think you have the right to say that for me? I don't want to be one nation under anybody or anything. Why would you want some guy sticking his jackboot over your head? Under God? Why? It makes me sicker and sicker every time I hear you freakos bring your delusional characters into my fucking government. Excuse my language. But you come in here and you blast us all like there's something wrong with us. And yet it's you people who have this delusion that your little magic superhero is going to save you and help you live forever after you die. You may not die. You may be one of the raptured or what the freak ever. Any of that I just don't really in God. What do you mean by that, by the way? You mean Zeus? Oh, Baal, Horus, Allah, Buddha, Mithra, Shiklovia, Dijkstra. None of them? Didn't think so. Only the Judeo-Christian Abrahamic cut your little penis off when you're a baby, kill your daughter if she's not a virgin and gets married religion. That's what you want us to be. You want us to be a nation that sits under the fucking jackboot of a despotic, meanness driven, psychopathic, megalomaniacal, infanticidal, homicidal, genocidal, etc., 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 down on your head. Why would you want that person's boot on your head telling you what to do? This is how I want you to act, and you're going to act this way or you're going to burn in hell forever. And if you happen to tell your neighbor next door that you're not believing in God, what are you going to do to him? Is he like losing his citizenship? Am I going to lose my citizenship because I'm an atheist? Well, no, come on, you tell me. I'm calling again, everybody. I'm calling for it again. Freedom from religion. And we need to get a little, looks like we need to get a little radical, a little more radical as it goes. This appeasement policy, this, you got to respect another man's beliefs. That little policy, it doesn't work. They're still trying to indoctrinate your children or drag them into the Catholic cult and rape them, molest them, and turn them into all kinds of depressed, old, decrepit fools and shit. All because the poop is supposed to sit at the right hand of your freaking God. You guys are so freaking arrogant. You think you know what your God thinks. You have any? Do they have any? I always thought, you know, I went to Catholic school the first 4 years, my elementary, yeah, and I asked the question about the wedding and Jesus turning water to wine and all that. So I said, hey, if Jesus is the Son of God, an omniscient, omnipotent God, and I'm sure God would make him privy to everything, because it is him, after all, sending himself down to be tortured and killed back so he could bring himself back up and then send him back to earth again, so he, or whatever it is. Why do you pick a 12-year-old virgin little girl, for one thing? And and damn it, I really lost my train of thought, and that irritates me more than anything else because I think I was on a roll here. But I do remember President uh, John Adams, I think it was, said in the Treaty of Tripoli in the 1792, I think it was, said we are not, never have been, and will never be a Christian nation. Do you understand that? There really is a real separation, a real wall there. And oh, I'm so happy that you're a Christian. One delusion, and not a Muslim. One delusion for another. Do you think that makes us feel better? It just makes me think that, oh, you found out it's hogwash. Oh, no, you didn't. It's all political. It's all a trick prestidigitation. You know what, Obama? Me and I could go into hundreds, thousands, but I think hundreds of people have decided that we're not going to vote for you in 212. And it is because you've lied, waffled, didn't hold up to your ideals, kept hemming and hawing about this religious crap. You need to just tell them that you're an atheist and leave you alone. But apparently you're a Christian. Oh my gosh. So you trade one delusion for no delusions for a new delusion. Because I heard your mom was a free thinker. You would have thought you'd grow up that way too, and I bet you did. I think I think you're hiding your atheism. But you know what? If you brought it out, that'd be another 5-6 million votes at the least. If you came out, told me you're atheist, said, "All right, we're tired of appeasing religions. No more Pentecostal preacher in the damn Congress saying a prayer every day. No more red mass. No more invoking in God I trust instead of, e pluribus unum, or saying I so swear instead of I swear under God. You don't have the right to do that for us. That's all there is to it. You don't have the right to do that." But what I did ask, Catholic school I went, it's how silly it got. It got to where after this, I knew I was right. But I asked him if he's the son of God, doesn't he know that wine is not good for you, and that, according to my mom anyway, it's a poison? I said, so I don't think he would do that. I don't think he'd give wine to everybody. So I was in public school within 30 days. I don't know what to tell you. I thought it was a very valid question. Yet they didn't answer it. All they did was whine and kick me out of the school. We can't have him in here disrupt our school. He's too smart. Whatever it was. Hi, folks. It's me. And while I give this big, good, speech and this shout out to President Obama, I really, I had a lot of hope for you guys. I wanted this to be the thing. I wanted you to do this and do it right. But no, it just looks like you just turned into another house. You know what I mean? House person, house guest. No, I'm not going to go there because you're going to call me all kinds of stupid ass names you have the right to call me because you don't know me. But just to give you a short version, it has something to do with something else. Things you have to do. It's with theirs. Anyway, that was basically about your speech today. How you, him and Han came out and talked about how you were a Christian and that the American people are, a lot of us are believers. And you didn't say anything about non-believers this time. You talked all about the different beliefs, as if a belief is something specifically spiritual, that you have to be spiritual to use the word believe. You're acting just like a fundy, just like one of those bats that I used to invite in and have running out the other door. Satan's at loose. Well, that's because I'd go into Leviticus with them and wonder if this is the God you want me to follow. Is this the one? Why don't you do that the same for me? Deuteronomy, Leviticus, Ezekiel. Let's you specifically read those books for me. Tell me anything but a man, a human being, sexually frustrated could have written that material. And I'll kiss your black ass. Because I'm telling you, that is one of the biggest bits of porn I've ever read. I gotta say, the Bible is a very pornographic book. It's uh, it's just chock full of incest, prostitution, pimping, uh, blasphemy, rape, molesting, all that stuff. It's got it all. Yeah, almost every book. That's what's really sickening. There's a thing they say that every theist is sick, okay, is ill, and his only remedy is religion. The problem being, the more religion, the worse the sickness. I like that. We'll see you later. I'm taking off. I just wanted to throw that out. Shout out to you. And my medicine is back and as good as can be expected. Let's try some alcohol. Yep, that was really good. But just remember this. You can't force us to have your delusion. By the way, did you hear what happened in the Maldives? A young man told his coworkers that he decided that he just can't put his mind around a mythological being like God or Allah, whatever you want to call it. And considering it's a theocracy over there, he was branded an apostate. And I don't know if you know what that means, but this peaceful religion hung him for believing their religion. Yeah. And then in one of the comments was by a Muslim who said, any people out there who say that Muslim is Islam is intolerant, they're just asking for trouble. They're asking for us to come and kick your ass. What? Or they're looking for a kick ass or something. Anyway, I'm sorry, I might have screwed that up, but we'll see you later, okay? It's me, seriously.